Hey there. So things are looking fine. Let me just update real quick Twitter. On the TCG and then hey PV Frustrating Arena should be okay, and this, and yeah we'll get things started. Give me a second, guys. I need to advertise here and this and this. All right, I think we're good. I think all the pieces fits together, and we should be able to start. This will be a no webcam stream, although I'll still keep the chat on the display here. What we're trying to do tonight is to create a deck list with only common and uncommon cards and equipment that can beat the Frustrating Arena. Now, it doesn't have to beat it every single time, but it needs to be powerful enough to beat the current iteration of Frustrating Arena when you have a good run. And the reason I'm doing that is that there's a lot of new players trying to tackle the new Frustrating Arena, and it's really hard. So and most of there's a ton of budget lists that have very low cost, like floor price rares and everything, but as soon as they get popular they tend to go up in price. So what I wanted to try is find a only common and uncommon list, so that even if it becomes popular, we're still speaking about uncommons. There's going to be a very high supply of these. The uncommon equipment, they're sometimes harder to get, but for the most part they should also be relatively cheap, and equipment in general, when they get popular, there's no helping it. There's always seems to be someone cornering the market, so I guess it cannot be helped, but it does help when the rarity of the equipment is lower. So I figured might as well try something. This list here has been doing okay for me right now. It's certainly powerful enough to, when you have a good draw, to swing in games even against the elites. So this one is nice. We're mainly using Papagoot's shenanigans with the Volt Wrench to create one constant a turn that provides health. So we're just trying to find ways to translate gaining health into damage with both paladins. We're trying to take advantage of the fact that we've got a lot of constants with Twilight Eclipse. We're trying to get advantage of gaining health every turn by triggering Pegasus. So this is where this is going, and the top end with the Spectral Collar, which is an amazing uncommon that is so strong, even more so with the Minor Blood Orb of Tombs, because it creates 2 phantoms when it comes into play, and when any troop of the opponent dies, they all get +2 attack, so it just creates like 2 1/1s in the air. And on the next turn, if it dies, or if you trade or kill anything, the owl becomes 3 1s in the air, and that's fairly strong for one uncommon card at 5 cost to be doing that. So this is something nice. I think if there's a way to do it, it's going to be with Volt Wrench. Reducing with equipment, reducing champion power by 2 is very significant, and I'm wondering if there are other strategies where we could leverage that, like being able to use your champion power every turn is no small feat, and there's a lot of champion powers that, you know, lend themselves to it. I really love Papagoot because it costs 3, so if you play Volt Wrench on 2, then you can create a you can create a daybreak right away, and then you just create one per turn for a couple turns, and it doesn't take long to have 3, 4, 5, or 6, and you now all of a sudden you're gaining 5 a turn, and you're offsetting the health, the small health pool very quickly with that. Maybe we can do one or two runs with it, and I'll show you guys how it works. And if I play long enough with this list, I'm pretty sure I can get a clear of the Frustrating Arena. Tonight I wanted to try to explore other archetypes that we could do with the quote-unquote rock format for the Frustrating Arena, and try to find a nice list that people could just get, like all uncommons with a couple equipment, and then just get in. Like I'm fairly sure that we want to run Blood because of Fertile Engorger. This card is insane for what it does. Diamond is pretty good too, but I'm wondering, like this plus the Volt Wrench is a nice package. Maybe there's other ways to do it. One of the problem with the Frustrating Arena is that you often start from behind, and it's really hard to come back from that. But a lot of encounters, if you just play turn 1 or turn 2 Engorger, and it flips and it dies, and it creates like 3 lethal 1/1 troop, you're just going to stabilize. You're going to trade these with very big troops, and then you're going to be able to stabilize, gaining some health, and then using Twilight Eclipse to win the game. And this deck in particular is really easy to upgrade. I mean, if you manage to get your hands on the gloves here, that could be a thing, but it just changes the deck. I don't think you can afford to switch the Fertile Engorger. I think right now for the arena, in the non-rare and legendary cards format, I don't think we have a single card that is more powerful and impactful than Fertile Engorger that we could play. So maybe we want to go deeper down the rabbit hole towards that. I think right now tonight we want to find the best Volt Wrench synergy. Maybe there's a game-winning, like a champion power that if you just play 1 or 2 Volt Wrench, you're just going to win the game with it, and like activating it every turn. We could try to do that with Dreadlings, with Blood Spinner's a Rat. The problem is that most of the very good synergies that we can find with Dreadlings, they are at rare and higher rarity, or the equipments are really hard to get. So maybe we can try to make that happen. We could try to do another more troop heavy build here that would play Diamond and Wild with Papagoot. I think this is like using the same shell, but we're trading the Paladin and the Twilight Eclipse with other kinds of... But the one thing is that we need to find a replacement for Engorger, and that's going to be a tough ask. Like, there's not a lot of ways at common and uncommon that can like create card advantage and also clear a lot of cards. So and we have to keep in mind as well the number of encounters that have, you know, alternate ways to attack your deck. And yeah, that's going to be a hard one. What I like with this list is that it is centric on constants for the most part, but this is a list that can still win against something like Botanist, and I did win against Botanist in my last run. One of my last run with this list, so that one is cool. Need to review the shard base as well. When you're doing a rock base deck for Frustrating Arena, you don't have access to the rare shards, which fixes, there's a lot of fixing in there, so that's pretty hard. We could just try 1 or 2 games with this one, just get a good feel of that for the stream, and then we can try and see Aparak. If we can find other archetypes that could do well in the Frustrating Arena as only commons and uncommons. And that's a good sign. I mean, Frustrating Arena is hard as is, right? And we do want to, but I do want to put a couple, you know, a good amount of efforts to try and find these very, like, these no rare and legendary cards, so that our our new players can find these lists and start farming. Like, the goal is not to do perfect runs, it's just to be able to clear at least the first 2 or 3 tiers. And if there's, you know, once in 10 runs you have a shot at clearing the whole thing down, and that's perfect. That's what I'm looking for right now. This one is great. We start with an Engorger, even though Engorger is not that great against the Angel of Dawn, which has a lot of flight troops, and that's usually a problem. So what we want to see is a Pegasus early, so that we can start generating a Valor turn and then investing it in one of the Pegasus so that it becomes big enough to block the flight troops. Right now we've got everything we need, and we've got 2 Twilight Eclipse, so it's not too bad. It's going to be a hard race to win though, because we're starting at 17 and we've got a nice deficit here. Oh, Paladin played for free is really good. Okay, so now we're going to start doing some decent damage. 3 there. We're going to gain 1, deal 1 with this one. Play Twilight Eclipse, so we've got 2. And then on the next turn we play another 1, but our opponent already has started to gain some health every turn, and offsetting the health gain here is going to be tough. And now we're getting it by for 4 turn. But we're doing it like this does 1 damage, this does 2 plus 1, this does 3, so there's 4 here. But we've got no blocker for the flight troops, and that is a concern. And we just start with a Clash of Steel. What do we keep? Oh man, I guess we keep the Eclipse against a 3/3 flight troop, and then we put another one, and we're close to getting another. Yeah, I guess that works. The Clash challenge was really unfortunate, but against a 3/3, whoa. Yeah, we need to find a Decree of Banishing really quickly. As in, right friggin' now. We're gaining 7 back every turn though, so oh wow, yay, Decree of Banishing. Have to be the 6/6. Yeah, have to be the 6/6. So 14, 12. Okay. Need another removal. Well, I need a discard. If it wouldn't be, yeah, I know. I think we were too far from behind. Like, this is one of the hardest fights because it's all flight troops and we're low on flight defense. Most like 90% of the encounters were fine because we're running some, you know. We've got some very big ground troops or lethal troops that can stop the ground, but fights that rely heavily on flyers, that's another story. Like, we're already dead. Yeah, we're already dead here, so we're going to pass the turn, but that's okay. We don't need to win all fights, and we had kind of a slow start. No, we had a very decent start. Wow, okay, we're getting Botanist next. This is not a great run. This is where I think if I'm a new player, I'm playing this list. I'm trying this one out, but if it doesn't work, we kind of just go away and restart it. A Pegasus and a Paladin is great. The sad thing is that we don't have access to Volt Wrench here. However, we do have a nice curve ahead of us. So turn 3 we play the Paladin, and then we've got a Spectral Caller, and you know, we could certainly do something here. We'd like to see one of the Engorger early if we can. Here we just go Diamond. If we don't, we don't, but that would be great. Next turn we play Paladin, get Daybreak, and start doing some things. But it's a hard fight. Like it's mainly a hard fight because of the Volt Wrench. You don't. It's not that bad to lose the constant, but because we don't have that many, it's still a hard fight. And as plenty of folks on the forums mentioned already, it would be better if it wouldn't be a blanket board, a bunch of cards in your deck, but you can still do it. Like here, I can try to invest in my guy here, play these out, and now at least I have a blocker that has a decent size, and it's going to gain me some health. So we're not doing great, but we're doing something. Or I can kill that and be dead. Yeah, be dead. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Let's try to see if we beat first tier. We've got one ahead of a first two games, first two opponent. It won't happen a lot that you have these two. So this is ground troop base. This is way too slow though. We want an Engorger. Yeah, Decree of Banishing I'll take with a Ice Shard and yeah, and an Acorn. I think that's okay. We're not running that many resources in this deck. We're at 22 right now, so yeah, that's a ton. We can deal with the first threat if it's the rare Gnoll. We should be okay. We can at least remove it. Hey, look at that. Perfect. Problem is that they come into play exhausted, but if we get them early enough, it's going to be okay. And it generates 3 at minimum. So, and now it's 4 minimum. We're going to put a Daybreak, remove that. And don't expect anything really, you know, insane out of this world. Come on, an uncommon card. Sapphire has a very strong base that I would. Whoa, that. Okay, woo, we got it back. As long as we get it back, that's okay. Okay, would like to find some cards that are not shards at this point. We're going to be able to block this guy next turn, and we're at 17, so we're still good. Even though we're getting beaten. Like yeah. This. Okay, so now we should be okay. We should have stabilized by now. Sure. And now these have the, because an opposing troop entered their crypt by any means, they get +2 attack, and now like we've got a nice board here. And we've got more than enough. Like Engorger doing a fantastic job as always to stabilize, make sure that the AI cannot overrun us, and it's going to be hard to go away from blood because of it for this kind of build, but we can try. Here when we play a Valor on the Pegasus, it starts gaining health, it starts being life drained, so that's great. And now we should be okay. Just attack with everything, and here we are. Alright, so this is how, like, there's multiple paths to victory with this deck. This is what I really like. You can just go wide and attack. You can go tall with the Paladins. You have somewhat of a, if you manage to stall the board, you have an alternate win condition with the with the constants. So there, for a deck that only runs common and uncommons, that is a lot. I mean, this list is doing a ton. We lack the raw power to really tackle these hard encounters, but that's Yeah. Okay, Engorger, really good. Against this guy, I want more Engorger. And usually what happens is that Engorger is going to generate 3 kill blades. We can easily deal with these 2, unless we have a very bad hit, but for the most part they tend to be ground troops. So just playing it. Oh, and we've got a Call the Grave here, so we're golden. Next turn we play... we're not going to play the Paladin just yet. We're going to Volt Wrench and start generating these in case we starve on resources, and this is perfect. So alright, so Volt Wrench, start generating one Daybreak a turn. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, so anytime soon, Engorger, if you want to switch, that would be lovely. We're going to take this one. Where might be if we get only a 3 now. I think this one is rage 1. 3 that becomes bigger. I think I want this guy, and we may take a big hit this turn, but next turn this one is going to be 4/4, and that's going to be a good place. We get 9 plus 2, we're okay. I'm cutting it very close, but really doesn't want me to win. Okay, so this. Now we have to remove something. It's going to be this guy. And yeah, we need this Engorger. Like, it's 50% chance of return. We're at 4. Where was my block face, please? No block face, huh? Okay. Sometimes that's the result of F10. Not quite sure what happens there, but alright. So as you can see, really hard to get a strong only uncommon list. So let's try a new one. How do we approach this? I'd like to see how far we can push Volt Wrench. So let's try to look at these champions. Like, we want to see a champion power that is relatively low. It could be Ivan Slackpot. I mean, every turn we could create 1 Dreadling per underwater race we control. That can generate a decent amount of troops, artifacts, slash things on the board and in the crypt. And there's a decent amount of synergies with spiders. So that could be a thing. At common and uncommon, I don't think we have any way to really get a good thing going with gaining thresholds, but it could. This one seems very unlikely. Let's see in blood. What do we have here? Sort by, I don't know, health. Bunjutsu needs to have troops in the crypt. You know what? Transform target true in the crypt. Oh, you know what could be good is Renner, because stealing cards off of their top of their deck every turn could be better than just drawing cards from our deck, because we're running rock deck. So that could very well be a way to win a game. Like, if we stall the board and then we just use Renner every turn and steal one of their card. It costs 3 with 1 Volt Wrench, it costs 1 with 2. So that could be something. That's going to be hard though. Let's see. Void up to 1 target troop in your crypt, create a zombie. Nah. No. Banners are cool. Like, banners with champion power cost reduction are very interesting because they stack, right? So you can put one, put another one, put another one, and at some point you get an army. So getting an army of Dreadling Banner could be something, but it's it's for a very, very long game, right? We do start with 22 health though, so that's cool, but making them discard one card a turn at some point, it doesn't really matter. Target troop gets +1 attack this turn. It's this turn. Yeah. We could put a decent amount of spiderling eggs into their deck. That could be a thing. Like every turn, 3 eggs. Would that be strong enough? I don't like that plan that much. But that could be a thing. Rage 1 at 4 if we have enough evasive troops, I guess. There are 1-cost flyers, there are 1-cost unblockable troops in common and uncommons that could do the trick. But it's easy to kill them. This one is interesting. This one, like one volt wrench, and we're doing 1 damage and getting 1 health a turn. It's not that great though, but it's something. Like we're going to win the game eventually with this one for sure. We just need to live long enough, and maybe there's enough things that can trigger out of this one that might be okay. If we do that, we're going to just bury our entire deck. Maybe we want to do it, I'm not sure. Madame Banana would be kind of nice. Imagine we have 1 trigger every turn. And like we got a troop that dies, it creates a bunch of phantoms. And then we get another one that dies, and we just start stacking phantoms. That could be something. That could really be something. Maybe you want to explore that. Util every turn is an interesting proposition. I'm not sure how we would build it. It's going to be really hard to win against the aggressive champions though. Sacrificing a troop every turn. If we have a troop to sacrifice every turn, we're already doing great. Yeah. Like a hero is kind of nice because you're sacrificing a troop and you're drawing some, so maybe. And -1. I think all of the blood champions, Renner and Zorat and maybe Madame Banana would be okay. Madame Banana, when we put a trigger return on a troop, that could be something. Maybe. Let's see in Diamond. In Diamond we have Papagoot, we have Fate Spin every turn, wouldn't be too bad, it doesn't really lead to a victory though. Readying each troop we control every turn. Could be something. Gain 1 health for each troop we control, no. +1/+1 every every turn, could be a thing, no. Ada is great. I mean, we kind of need a lot of Volt Wrench for this to matter, but that could be okay. This one would be interesting because at 2 resources Illuminate, it could be +1/+1 to all your troops. So maybe we could try Illuminate. Like Wax Down at 3 is fantastic. Most of the I think there's enough low cost card that we could try to Illuminate. With the Volt Wrench, like at the 2nd Volt Wrench, we can Illuminate every turn. That could very well be a thing. Elite, no. +2/+2 is really strong though, but not sure. Whatever for banks. I don't know where we're going with that. Like 5, no. Control more troops, +1/+1 Swift Strike. This one is really interesting because there's a lot of cards that get a troop from a crypt, bring them back as phantoms. We've got access to, I think, 2 different cards at the very least in Diamond. And we could get a like 1 cost revert troop. Revert a troop every turn, so that could be something to explore. Josephina is just fantastic. Like even at 22 health, every other turn when you have a Volt Wrench, you can just, you know, jam or stall a troop. This one as well, like you can bring something back from the crypt that costs 2 or less. This could be, you know what? This could be working extremely well with Engorgers. Like you just get them back, get them back, get them back. They create a million. They suddenly create a million. By the end of the game, you just have a million kill blades, and that could be something. This banner costs so much. I don't think we want to Volt Wrench that. Life Drain. Yeah, maybe not. Next time the target troop will be dealt damage this game, prevent it. That could be a way to stack, like with Volt Wrench, we could just put that on blockers and get infinite blockers. That's kind of neat. Papa Good is very strong though. You know, 3 cost power that you can stack is no small feat, and there's a lot of life gain synergies, so this one is definitely the strongest right now in my mind to go with Volt Wrench. Let's see in Ruby though. Gain resource, draw cards. Troops who control the gladiator 1 until the start of the next turn. If it would be permanent, that would be super OP, but you know, that could be a thing. Draw card. Deal damage. 7 costs too much. 5. Not even sure that would work with 5. We could Swamp Gas. Alright. Let's see. Starting on turn 2, every turn we put 2 or 3 Swamp Gas in our deck. Would that be good? I mean, that's significant, right? We're going to eventually have a million of them. That could be a thing. That could be a thing. I don't know. Maybe there's a way to abuse it, like when you play in action triggers. There's a couple troops like that. We could play Sapphire, play Gobblers, some kind of a weird Magmumbus deck maybe. Oh, that could be a thing. I can see Swampbutt being a thing with Volt Wrench. Yeah. Magmumbus is just 3. I mean, if you played an action this turn and create a Bumblebot, I could see that, like, can we play an action every turn and create a Bumblebot every turn? Is that good enough? That could be a thing. See. Top 10 cards, summon Rock Elemental. That's pretty cool though. Even on turn 4, being able to do that is great. Every 2 turns is fantastic, but we're just too far. Like it costs a ton. That's not where we want to go. I think I want to try it. Let's look at the other champions, but Swampbutt has the potential here. And we have access to Ruby, and Ruby does a lot of nice things that common and uncommons. Having access to a lot of different really great troops there. No. No. Troops without flight, yes, -1 attack until the start of the next turn. That's great when you can do that every turn, but it doesn't lead to a victory itself. I guess creating a Warbot every turn would be a way to go. Oh, you know what? If we create a Warbot every turn, we're going to, you know, we're going to take over a game. Like, if we manage to stall the game, creating a Warbot for 2 charges seems great. We're not using this, like, and maybe we stack the charges and we kind of play a Volt Wrench on turn 4. And then we create like 2 or 3 Warbot up in the turn 5, 6, 7. And now we've got an army. That could be a thing. Free Nin the Shadow could be a way to win the game as an alternate win condition, but that's way too low. buff, maybe. Giving troop flights. Yeah, I guess there's a couple troops that would be, even at uncommon, would be strong enough so that you get them flight and you win the game with them. Stun every turn is nice, but it's just holding a troop back. You're not winning with that. No. Blue's power, I mean, drawing in an extra card a turn and then discarding might just be strong enough. I mean, your Volt Range becomes card draw, essentially. And if we're drawing an extra card every turn, that might, and we're filling the crypt, maybe there's a way to use both of these things to do something powerful. So this one would be, it's just, so we had Swamp, but, and we have Sparrow. That feels like very, very good. We could Boris as well, using him to kill troop that doesn't have flight with dedicated, you know, fly 8 cards in wild. That could be a thing. Like we're transforming a 1 cost like Vine Lash into a removal for any troop starting turn 2 or 3. Well, it's mostly 3, so it's kind of slow. 3 Winter Moon, I don't think we need that. Wyatt, no. We'd have to text Yarna. Yarna is an intriguing one. Like, if the AI chooses to bury every time, we could just kill them with that. Like, if we start activating that every turn, we draw a card or they die. But that's kind of a long plan, but that could be a thing. Summoning a worker bot every turn could be very, very good. So Bertram, need to explore that. Web Weaver tasks. What do we do? -1 attack on 1 troop every turn. I don't feel that's enough. Let's try. Well, let's just look at wide champions real quick, and then we've got a list right now. Okay, so Dead Cry, summon 2 Blight Blossoms a turn or every other turn. Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard sell. No, it's only during a turn. We could Prophecy return. Like, there are cards that trigger us out of us doing Prophecy and playing Prophesied troops, so maybe we create a Prophecy-centric deck. That could work. Like Prophecy return starting on turn 2 could be something. Furico, it costs 7. It's too much, way too much. Target troop gets Gladiator 1 every turn, and this is permanent. I guess if we build evasion, like Flight Troop or unblockable troops in Sapphire. Like starting, you play a first turn Sapphire Troop, and then you play a Volt Ranch, and then you just start stacking Gladiator on 1 troop. That could be a thing. The Mending Banner is the same thing as Babagoot, but in wild and way slower, but that could be a thing. Money Cushion. That's a great one, because if we're generating a Battle Hopper every turn, there's a lot of synergies with Battle Hoppers that come on and uncommon. So that could definitely be a thing. Just 3+ Ring Crush, I don't think. Yeah, no. This could be it. Like getting 5 every turn. But it needs 2 Volt Wrench. This one, we do it once, and then if we get Volt Wrench, we get to do it a couple more times, but it's so slow. If the top card of your deck is a resource, play the top card of your deck for free, otherwise draw a card and gain 2 health. Nah, cost too much. Drilling a turn, I guess, but it's so low health pool that ramping from 1 resource every turn could be a thing as well, but starting with 17 is way too low. I think we've got our list. I think the one I want to try is do something with Swambutt. And we have access to some nice tools in Sapphire as well. But we need to survive. When you play an action, is that something you can search for? Yeah, that worked. Oh, nice. Okay, and now we want to see all the cards, and we don't want rare. We don't want legendary cards. A bird that gets bigger on attack when you play actions. When you play an action, this gets Gladiator. When you play an action, create 3 spiderling eggs for each opposing champion, put them into their deck. When you play an action, gain a charge. I don't think we want to ram charges. Unless they start dealing damage. That could be a thing. +1 attack. When you play an action, bury the top 3 cards of each opposing champion. Yes, +2/+1, and we could... what are the gems in Ruby? Swift Strike. Okay, it's a 5 cost. Yeah. Start by... let's start by adding the Volt Wrench. And use the equip here. So what do we do? Like, what do we do with this? Do we go Sapphire? Do we go... oh, wait. What do we do with Swambutt, guys? What do you guys feel we should be doing? With infinite farts. Is that their Swamp Gas? 1 damage target champion or troop, draw a card. So that's great. At some point we're going to have a lot of them. So let's just... we've got a Ruby base, so let's try to see what Ruby has to offer in the uncommon slot. Yeah, let's just not look at the artifacts just yet. So what can we do that is super strong in Ruby? Well, being aggressive in Ruby is definitely something we can do. Is it good enough though? Champion and or troop. Mages you control get 1-shot, deal 0, deal 2 damage to random opposing champion or troop this turn. We could do a mage build. There's definitely a decent amount of mages in Ruby. There are. If we go blood, we could play Bloodthorn, and we would have access to Engorger as well. So this is definitely on the menu. Lightning Elemental for more charges. I'm not sure we want more charges. That's the thing, because when you play Volt Wrench, champion power costs -2, and this one only costs 3. So as soon as we play one Volt Wrench, where every turn that we play a resource, we're going to activate our champion power. So I don't think we need that much. However, we could use the Arena Regular to do damage when we gain a charge and start brewing around that. That could be a thing. Anything with an equipment, that would be great. This creates a random action I don't like. Each troop gets at the start of your turn, it deals 2 damage to your champion. Okay. That costs 1. If our opponent has a lot of troops, then they're going to die next turn. It's at the start of their turn, so that's pretty cool. Like, there's a lot of opponents that go wide. And then they have like, we wait until they have 5 or 6 troop, we put that on, and then they die. That's not a great proposition though, but it could work. War Machines has an awesome chest equipment, and it's rare. Can't really play it with the restrictions we're using right now. Wanna match our troop for each troop in your crypt. We're looking for a pillar or a center for the deck. Fuel of Fire is great. Drawing cards. Ricochet Blast is usually pretty good. We need to keep in mind we have to deal with flyers, we have to deal with ground troops. There's so much stuff that you need to deal with in Arena right now. Gobblers are great, and they have an equipment, but it's a weapon. It's a pretty cool one though. Yeah, this guy is just insane good. And he has a trinket equipment. Is that new? If we're playing Gorger, we could spare the trinket equipment, but that means less fodder for him. But a 3-3-4-2 is really good. Valorous troop can be blocked by non-valorous troop. Diligence. Yeah, we're in the 2 now. When you play an action, this gets Gladiator too. That could be very big, very quick. Where do we? Yeah, no legendary, please. Rage 1 for each artifacts you control. Oh, I know. This guy is powerful enough. But he takes the same equipment as Engorger. If we're not going blood though, this could be a nice one. Like speed. And when it deals damage on opposing champion, search your deck for an orc with cost equal or less, and then put it into play. That could be a thing. Oh, there's a new one. Swift Strike Speed. When you play a card with cost 5 or greater, this gets +2. When you play a card with 5 or greater, this warriors you control gets +2. Create a valor and put it into your hand. Not good enough. What do? Crush, Empower, Assault when a troop control attack. Wait, no, we're not going to do that. Speed on the chest. But you need to have things attacking. That's a problem. I love this guy with flight, but it takes a trinket equip. We could give a bunch of things +1 attack and speed. This guy is great. Well, this girl is great. If we play Sapphire, she's unblockable, Rage 1. She is going to win a bunch of games. And we could give her speed. Oh, that's definitely a card that would win games if we're Sapphire Ruby. Brawlers that deploy gain 3. So on turn 3 you can just go wide and put a bunch of troops. That could be something. Why don't I have 4? And then you get a random Ruby threshold. Not quite sure where we go with that. Swamp Trolls, they do +1/+1 to things that have Crush. I can see that being a thing. Where do we... It's really hard to find a center for a deck. +1 for each rogues in play. Brutalizer is something. Burning Tendrils is very nice. Why this is in your hand? One shot reveal, gain a random threshold. Oh, gain a random threshold on a head equipment with a one shot. Gain one resource for each different threshold you have. Huh. It's not a threshold you don't have though, that's a problem. But if you have it in your opening hand, you just gain a random one. When this attacks troops, you get +2/+1 until the start of your next turn. I don't think so. There's a troll. Wait, they get unblockable? With a head slot? A 3/3/4/3 unblockable. At quick? Huh. Okay. Fire Strike is nice. Branch 2 gain 3 resources. Oh. Now we're talking. Each champion sacrifices a troop. When you sacrifice a troop, this gets +1. When you. No. Rift Spasm is not where we want to be. This gets speed. When this attack, if the top card of your deck is a resource, get +2 attack. And if... yeah. This is super strong though. This card, eliminate 3 with this. It's like quick action, create 3 troops. And then if you play another one, all your Candlekins are are 4/4s. This is something strong enough, I feel, to be doing something. If you control that shows a class with you, this gets... no. Yeah, in the force it's going to be really hard. Lava Shaper does a ton of stuff. It's really it does so much stuff. Like, I know it's 4, but it usually removes something, so it could be strong enough. Mama Yetis are good, right? Like, they pack a punch. Other Yetis you control have +1/+1. Not quite sure we want to go with Yetis, but she's definitely there. Wrong turn. Instead, I've put up to 2 cards into their controller's hand. They get at the end of your turn. If this is your discard this until the start of the next turn. What's the rest? Yeah. Oh, but 2 target cards instead of 2 target troops. Huh. That could be something. Sacrifice another troop, deal 1 damage target champion or troop. No equipment. If there would be a strong equipment for this, maybe. Surging Wildfire is definitely strong. But I feel that if we're going Swanbot, we kind of want to stall the game more than anything else with Vault Wrench. So Diamond stalls the game pretty well. And Blood does as well. So Ruby Diamond. What would Diamond look like? Like, we have access to Pegasus, but we're not gaining health, right? We could go with Ardent Recruiter. That's plenty strong. We have access to Decree of Banishing. War Party Guide is no pushover. Huh. Arch Shells sounds great. They block 1,000,000 damage, right? but they're not in ruby. That's a problem. Large shells. Wait a minute. I'm just going to look at this real quick. How many things with shell do we have? We just have them. Okay. So let's say ruby diamond. Illuminate. We got wax. What's the best we can do? Deploy illuminate 1. Anything with more than 1 illuminate? I don't think so. Oh yeah, this one. 3 damage, illuminate 1 at basic. But it does target champions. Runic Incandescence, illuminate, runic. This one. I don't think we can go illuminate, there's too much. Maybe this is strong enough in itself. I could see this. Like lava shaper. And then we go and then we go. You have a nice trinket there. Go ardent. And we get a recruiter in. We get a lava shapers. So that works well. We get where do we go next? So that's the thing. I think I really like the shield trainer that can sacrifice to give spell shield, so we protect one of our threats. That's really great. We're not going to run the equipment on recruiter, but that's still pretty good. Let's say our headpiece go there for now. We're getting somewhere. How do we deal with flight troops? We don't do much with flight troops. This could be a better headpiece. Yeah, wax down is great, but like, where's the power coming from? There's not a lot of things that pack a punch here that makes us live long enough. One thing though is that if we go blood, then we go then we do engorger for sure. And when we do engorger and engorger and what are the filters? Okay, never mind. These, and now we're going to start with this. And we could run enough ardent to run the lava shaper. Would be a great deal of help. There's the guy. Where's the guy? The orc, that is 3342. Orc. There we go. This is strong. Like, this is clearly sacrifice a troop, gets rage 1. We could go with the trinket, but we'll see. Do we have any other ways to go wide with Ruby? We could if we had diamond, but that's going to be make the shard base really weird and going to be hard to do something nice. Regulars with the headpiece equipment could be there. We've got our engorger, and they're pretty much okay by themselves. We could, so we've got the ground covered, so to speak. How do we deal with hair? And that's the biggest question. Like this guy, and we're going to, well, it's not really, well, we're not into Lava Shaper just yet. So where do we go with this? What do we have with Underworld? Because we do have access to Underworld Recruiter with this shard combination. We have access to Underworld Recruiter. We could have access to Scrounge. Oh, I know. This guy is great. Because he gets back the Engorger. It could be Killblaze as well. So we're going to a Shenair base. If that's the case, we could go with the Recruiter. And we got some recursion on either of these. Now we need cannon fodders. How do we get cannon fodders? With this shard combination. Other than Engorger. There's the 2 cost guy that creates 2 when he dies. He's not on the wall though. He is neutral. Unblockable. Deploy conscription on the wall troop with cost 2. Red Apprentice creates a bunch of stuff. Could be sacrificed to Bloodthorn. Or Lava, Mine Rack, Sorcerer. Each opposing champion discards a card. It's Swift Strike. Oh, and then it becomes Swift Strike lethal. Not too bad, right? After the first activation. This guy at common is really great. And you can bring him back into play by sacrificing 3 troops. That's a ton, 3 troops though. What equip is that? Chest. That could be good enough. Like it's our way to deal with flight troop. This one becomes really big. And then we can create pressure with that. I'm not even sure that we played Bloodthorn just yet because we're all Shenairs right now. Oh wait, what's the equipment on that? Target Shenair that costs 1 or less. Or less. Okay, we're good. Because this one modifies in all zones. And that can become a problem. Still think we may be running this guy just to get something on the board. Yeah. I mean... Acorn... Wait, they are rare? Oh no, they are artifacts. We want 4 of them. That's the only exception to the rule right now. Or acorns. 32, is that good enough? Like, recruiter into a bunch of... Yeah, I don't think this is a recruiter build. Any ways to go wide in Ruby? There's a Trico section that does it. But do we want to play it? That's the thing. I think it creates raiders. Is that the first blood? And they could put them into play, they get +1 attack. So it creates two ones with the glove equipment, or just 2/1/1 with speed. Is that enough? If we have that in play, that's great. This guy, one another troop dies. This gets +1/+1. So we would go with the chest on this guy. And we do want some amount of Call the Grave. We could run Chupacabra with the boots. There is kind of good. We want ways to solve problems, so we're likely going to run Kill. And do we have ways to go over the top? We're not drawing it on the cards here. And we don't really have synergies with Swampbot. That's what worries me a bit. Champion power. These guys, where are they? You know what? We could do Diamond Ruby with Fury Chance and create one Daybreak a turn. So we could just start doing damage with them. What equips do you use? No, not the right ones for us right now. With like boots. Got some kills and we've got some ground defense. We've got kills for flyers. I think there was one flyer that as an equipment it makes it that lethal. That's the one. 1/1 flight lethal. I really like this one. It solves so many problems. I think we're going to run this one. This one is going to solve so many problems. Like there's a lot of encounters. They have big flight troops, and this just deals with a lot of big problems. So I guess we're going full lethal, and maybe we can avoid these, and we're not going to run these with the equipment if we're doing that. So oh, this guy, life drain and flight and lethal. So how do we leverage these? When this attacks gain a charge, it needs a weapon. Oh, I know. Put the top card in your hand. Anything that gives attack to everything. Permanently, I don't think we have that. There's an outpost in Ruby. I don't think we're in the market for outpost in Ruby though. We're not leveraging Ruby a lot with this, besides the Bloodthorn. And this guy, when there's things that dies, it becomes bigger, so I really like this guy. Can you do something for us? Ah, it's a rare equipment that puts it back into our hand for 2, huh? Oh, there's boots. And then we could just put him back. And if you get some nice... Maybe that's a way we get... I mean... Crush Flight. It could get lethal at some point. There's no invincible though. Flight, Rage, Crush... It does get a bunch of stuff. Like there's some pretty bad ones, but like Speed and Skyguard. But I as long as you just recur him, it's going to be doing something at some point. Was it? What is the Blight Bark equip? Which Blight Bark equipped? Blight Bark. Your Blight Bark trolls deploy vampire control +1. This guy doesn't have equip, but he's awesome. And this one is put another random troop from your crypt with Death Cry into your hand. Yeah, you put the troop. It's a Death Cry. And he gets a troop with Death Cry. If we could play Sneak Blade, this build would be okay. But we're doing something. I think we're doing... If we go in wild, we're going to have a million cannon fodders. We could go wild with Monica Shin and create a battle upper every turn. Do we have ways to translate that into damage? I think we have. I mean, if we're in Ruby, we've got access to Fireball. So we've got big flyers, we've got flight lethal, we've got lethal on the ground, we can get things back from the crypt, we can sacrifice our troop to give this one a bigger body and an attack. So ideally I would like Shiners, but I guess we play the Shroom guy. Oh, you know what? This one is great. Like every time we play a Ruby card, ready this, and we're going to generate a million Ruby card. So this could be a way to just get some reach with the deck. And use the chest equipment there. And then when we play a Swamp Gas, we ready this one and do 1 more damage. Yeah, Sneak Blade it might just be one of the most powerful 1-drop in PvE, just besides the Engorger. I like the Duelist, I really do. And maybe we don't run 4 of these, but this one sacrifices troop. I really want to generate troops every turn. You know what? There's a Shinair that generates a Dreadling every turn. Could run. That could be a thing. Does it have any equipment? What's the name? Let's say wait, let's just search for Dreadling. Dreadling. Oh, it doesn't have any equipment. That would have been great. Bitter Dread is an uncommon. Huh. I thought this was a rare. Could be 0 cost. Scrounge 3 troops in your hand gets underwater troops in your hand. We could just do Bitter Dread. That's a way to generate a ton of things to sacrifice to Bloodthorn or to boost the Ritualist. It costs 2 though, that's super slow. We could run Dread Factory. I mean, we're going to stall. And Dread Factory does create troops. If we're going to call a grave, might as well do Tomb Swap in this situation. Would be better. We're already at 33 now. I'm not sold on the Bloodthorn in this configuration, but we'll see. It's nice to have something a bit bigger. Right now our plan is to just use lethal to deal with any troops on the board. And then we just create Swamp Gas and hope that we draw a bunch. And if we draw a string of them, we can just do a list and double up on the damage. So this is mainly where we stand right now. So I guess we only have a couple slots remaining, right? So what do we do with our remaining slots? We could get another Tomb Swap. I don't think this is a... Like, we could go up to 38 and play 22 shard base, so we've got 4 slots open still. Some kind of draw. Draw. What do we have for draw? We could play Deployment Orders, we could play Fuel of Fire, we could Impulse maybe. I don't want anything that costs health. Cannibalize is kinda nice though. Quick action, draw 2, lose 2 health. Could go very well with a couple kills. Deployment Orders usually is not too bad in terms of cost. Necessary sacrifices draw 3, but you do remove something from the board. And we only have Engorgers to sacrifice so far. So it's kind of weird when we have less things to sacrifice. Man, building these lists is so hard and it's going to fall flat on its face. Some card draw. Because right now we're not going... Well, this kind of goes tall, so maybe we put another Ritualist. This is our way to go tall, but it comes super late. But early on, we're just going to trade with anything. That's good. Harvest of Sorrow. We should that die this turn. Oh shit, that's great though. Wow, okay. Creating... Creating phantoms for each troop that died at quick action and then trying us a bunch of cards as well. That could be something. In Blood Diamond. Could be a Pepper Good card. We could run this guy, but there's a lot of ways to interact with him. I don't know, maybe we'll just run like 4 burns. Just to deal with early stuff, and the bigger stuff we're more or less in a bind. We've got kills though for the bigger stuff, and then we've got a bunch of lethal, so I don't think we want anything like... I think we want just over the top something big or something that will take over the game by itself. likely and uncommon, like cost 3, 4. Burning Tendril could wrap up a game. Fire Strike. Void something. Chupacabra is great with the boosts, and we don't have any boosts. Like speed, when he attacks, he gives -1/-1, and he gets +1/+1. So burn to the ground. That's reach. I'm not a fan of Chupacabra, but that could be okay. We could Death's Edge Rider. I mean, making them sacrifice a troop is usually going to be okay. And then you have a flight troop. Summon a Scarce Rider. Might just be Chupacabra. As weird as it is. Or we could just go with Brawlers. I mean, they pay for themselves when you play them. So they're free. And we can set up a big turn with a lot of resources. But since we have a ton of like actions and we kind of want to change them, I'm inclined to go with this is Trinket. No. This would have feet equipped, that would be great. Light, that steals something from them, but it's double blood. And we're not going to have great fixing. Holy schnitzel. Wait a second. This is uncommon? Yeah, wait, there's no way. There's no way we're not running Casualty of War. Is it? There's a decent amount of yeah, there's no way we're not running that. That's good. That's really good. Oh man, Casualty of War is open. I assume that this was a rare equipment. I've played with it a ton. I thought it would be a rare equipment. You know what? Casualty of War with this. These guys are going to create less troops, but that's okay. And then we don't really have ways to generate more troops, but the Bloodthorn is still a good size for cost. And sometimes we're going to have a bunch of troops and we're going to be able to use him to pump this guy if needed, so maybe that works. Maybe we don't need 4 kills though. And we just use shards that draw cards instead. So for shard base, we're going to go with these. And then that's going to be the hard part. I usually like to go with like 6 or 8 slow shards maximum. The with 22 shard base, I really like the ice shards. Because of that. That means we're not playing the other ones though. Wait, what kind of filter do I have right now? Oh. Usually I just go 8 shards like that, and I wouldn't run the card draw shards. Yeah, the ice shards are so good. We don't want to have too many those. But yeah, it's like very blood. How many shards do we have right now? 4, 8, 16. Wait, 4, 8, 18. And this is 22. So there's 2. Yeah, there's 2 remaining. I don't like running a bunch of kills though. I want to be proactive. Maybe we put two. Let's try Chupacabra. Chupa. My friend Chupacabra. We'll see if it's worth. You know what? Let's just no kills. All this. Let's try this one. I have no clue if that's good, but we're going to do something. Our alternate win condition, if we manage to stall the board, is just a couple duelists and we start drying some swamp gases. And yeah, okay, let's do this. Ruby sleeve, ruby blood sleeve. I guess that works. Okay. Yeah, let's do a test. Is it new deck 4? Yeah, it's new deck 4. Okay. Archon of Nulzan. That's not an easy one. That is not an easy one. We're very well covered in terms of defense, right? We've got 1 million little troops, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And this guy is not playing Ardent or Underworld troops, so our casualty of war is going to be insanely good. Yeah, there's no way we're not playing an Engorger on the first turn. That's just not something we're going to do. We're not going to do? Well, that's too many negatives, but yeah. Nice. I think we're going phase 2, which would be this for... I think we're already covered in shards, so just do this. And now we're fairly covered on the ground. There's not going to be any problem with the ground. Chupacabra is nice. I think we're playing this now, and do we want a shard from this? I don't think so. I think we want to go this, create swamp gases, and then pass the turn. And we don't have any way to make the mosquito bigger, so that's a bit of a bummer, but this has to go. Oh, we get a Volt Wrench! My life is complete. We can test this one out. A couple more swamp gases and... yeah, Swift Strike is really not great for us. We'll let him attack once. We're trying to see if he will put other constructs. But yeah. Not going to work. Okay. Okay. Hey, we got one. So you die. And you get a swamp gas. Oh, and we play another Volt Wrench, and this is free, so every turn we're putting swamp gases into our deck. I guess we can attack with a couple, right? That also works. And now... yeah, he's going to have a lot of swamp gas in this. Oh, wait. This is bad for us. Well, we can just chum block and kill it. That's not a big deal. Some more here. I think Chupacabra is going to be next turn. And not that it matters. We can attack with a couple of these. And yeah, I mean 4 damage a turn is not that bad. You see, like, Engorger even without the trinket equip is so good. And we're just like two little troops and we're holding the whole board here. No problem. Some more swamp gases. This guy that flies and is going to do -1, 2. We don't want to go overboard right now. Maybe 3. And yeah. If he starts attacking, we're going to trade with everything. This guy is going to be super big. No attack. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, look, a swamp gas. Wow, that was a flickering, weird flickering. I think we're going 9. Ghost Blade. And this guy, just to be sure. We're going on the right path, attacking with our... Chupacabra is so good. Sure, come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Yeah, that's what I thought. Ooh, Archon is... 2... Like 2 dark arts, alternate arts. Man, that's rough. At this point, we just sacrifice the Volt Wrench. And we should be okay. Sure, just attack with a flight troop and win. Okay, we if we were about to contain that board, we're doing something right. There's a lot worse though to come, and that's a problem. Yeah, the swamp gases that don't have an immediate impact on the board. That's what I don't like with them. Another turn 1 Engorger, that's a super strong opener. And Jesus Might does plays Crocosaurs, so need to be careful with that, but we do have access to a Tomb Swab that we're going to do now. And yeah, just get it back. And now it's 4 more Sneak Blades minimum. That's going to be super decent. Nice. We don't have the ruby yet, so we're just going to develop the board with some light lethal troop. Yeah, sure, trading. No problem trading. Now that's a nice board. Just playing the mosquitoes for now. Attack with what we can. Make sure that we're ahead on the board. We've got a million lethal troop. We're not concerned by our opponent playing troops at all right now. Just none. Just not. Well, I guess that's the... We're in the Volt Wrench territory. Attack with everything. That's a decent amount of damage right now. I mean, just Smite is really slow, right? We're far from the elite version now. This is... Well, it did eat the flyers, but... not a problem. We're going to win this game on 2. Huh? Like... Killblade's aggro. Like, Engorger... Just replaying Engorger is a win con on its own. Yeah... And well, I guess that is a way to win a fight in arena. Just play a million Engorgers, or just replay the same one every single turn. Now it's 7. It's going to be 9 at the minimum. We got lethal on board. You get a Might Singer. I don't care. Oh, we cannot kill Might Singer. It's an Ardent troop. All right, this one is a pain in the ass. It's really a pain, a real pain. But we should be good. We should be okay. Go first. Yes. I guess we have all our shards. We've got a lethal troop, we've got a tomb swap, we've got a spectral... Oh, tomb swap is going to double up. That's great. We're going to do with the shard. I don't think I want to draw more shards just yet. I want to draw non-shards. Getting a Volt Wrench early is going to make a really big difference. Chupacabra. Now this is something. Let's open up with the Bloodthorn. It's going to eat a removal. I want to play the second one before he plays Hero Fall, and he does play Hero Fall, so you want to be mindful of that. Looking like a Chupacabra next turn. Yeah, that's a decent amount of pressure right there. Discard a giant mosquito. Chupacabra is going to eat one of these for sure. I love my Chupacabras. Like when you don't have access to the full spectrum of cards, like with their feed equipment, they're pretty strong. Like they eat something, they grow every turn, and they don't even need to eat something to grow every turn, but they do make your opponent weaker, and it does have speed, so it's pretty cool. Pretty cool card right there. That's a lot of power level for only an uncommon if you're on a budget. And we killed the other one. Attack for 9. Oh wow. Okay, extinction. Maybe. No extinction. We're flooding a bit here for this that run 22 shards, but we just won. Like, very aggressive curve and against a controlling opponent, and we just won. The fact that we're able to have that is really great. It is. It means a lot. Is this stream of flying? No, it's not. Okay. That's weird. Casualty of War. Not quite sure how good it would be against this guy, but we've got a Bloodthorn or two. Oh, it's the elite version. Okay, so oh yeah, we're going to wipe all the gargoyles. That's super good. I'm in Casualty of War. Yeah, blood is really the way to go. It's just we just need to find the right shard to pair it with, but yeah, blood is definitely the way to go. Tomb Lord, 2 random troops to control, or in your hand get +1/+1. So this we want. And now do we kill, do attack through it, or do we just Casualty of War? I don't think I want Casualty of War right now. I don't want to trade the Bloodthorn. We wait, because he will play other gargoyles at some point, and or remove my Bloodthorn. Oh, a Ghostblade. Yes, and we're going to sit on the Ghostblade for now. Just do 1 a turn. At some point we're going to draw a Volt Wrench or something nice. Is this a gargoyle? It is. Nice. If we kill it, we kill this one too. But I don't think we're in the market of killing the... Only these two. There are going to be plenty more. Like this is another gargoyle. That's great. Now we're setting a nice Casualty of War. Do we want to trade with that? Ah, it's only 1 damage. 1 damage is okay. 1 damage is okay. We can live. Nice. Engorger, more things here. And I would like to see him play another gargoyle. Like another one of these maybe. I think I'm going to trade both. Yeah, this is not a gargoyle, but it will be dying to Casualty of War. We got 6 resources, so we can hold. Tomb Swap on a giant mosquito. Yep. He's going to draw a card. Yeah, let's just draw a card. Still got a casualty of war. Oh, that's great. That's not great. Okay. Bolt wrench. Alright, we're going to be in business soon. I guess we casualty of war at some point in the near future. As long as it doesn't enter combat, we don't have any reason to go casualty of war on them. Guess we should have used casualty of war before just to remove this guy, because when he plays these he gets a ton of +1/+1s everywhere. That could have been a thing. Yay, free. Going to be tough one. So if he attacks we can kill one of these and then trade with the other one. Is going to draw 2 and we get it for 4. So only 1. I'll take the trade. I will take the trade. Oh man, that's not good. Not good at all. More swamp gas. He's not getting out, but we're more or less naked right now. And we're not going to be able to block with any of these. Whoa! Oh, click too much. Too many clicks. And now he's getting dragons, or very close to be getting dragons. That's a super big problem. Alright. Okay, that's our cue. That's clearly our cue. That is clearly our cue. So... and now it's dragon time. Yeah, we're not winning this one. Yeah, that's not that yeah, no, nope. Not happening at all. Maybe we get an insane sequence of swamp gas with this duelist, but I should have created more swamp gas before drawing, but that doesn't matter. Ventio! Actually, we got a nice mechanic to fight against Ventio. That was a big no-no. You, and we can draw some cards. Mosquito was nice. I'm loving the mosquitoes. There really enabled us to get a longer game than we would normally have had, so that's great. But the go with swamp gases, and then we could already get something from the crypt, maybe another engorger, but I don't think it's worth it. Just going to hold on this guy for now. Like a million kill blades is going to deal with most of the tarantulas, so that's what we're shooting for right now. Yep. Do we go Profane Ritualist or Chupacabra first? I feel this is Chupacabra first because it's going to nullify the attack on this guy. Oh, just in time, perfect. And a swamp gas, great. More swamp gases. I think we're doing this. Like just more And then we can just... Do we bank on the swamp gas or do we want to use it right away to draw? Try. Oh, I love the ghost blade. I love the ghost blade there. Try to get the kill, doesn't work. Still trading here. This guy is a problem. Okay, so we're going to get a bunch of kill blades soon. And we're doing some damage right now. Like 3 or 4 turn-ish. AI doesn't really attack into lethal troops anymore, so there's that. Oh, this is great. This, and then this. And I know we're generating a bunch of... do we attack with anything? Yeah. Everything can attack, he's not going to trade. We're doing a decent amount of damage right now. And next turn we're attacking for a bunch. So we're not too bad right now. And I know we're getting buried right there, but we're getting a big troop. And swamp gases are great at killing spiders. So 1. And then no more spider. Spiderling egg. Spiderling, spiderling, spiderling. Ah! This is great at killing spiders as well. And then we attack with everything. Oh, that's way too much. So we need to... Yeah, this is all unblockable, right? Or maybe we keep 2. But... did not hit a spider. Are we dead? We're not dead. We win. Okay. 1. And then 1. And then you. And then we attack with everything. Kill a spider. That's marvelous. Trade. Kill. Hey, look at that. We did Fentio. Hey, YEHD, how are you doing tonight? So we were about... yeah, definitely that list works, right? I'm not quite sure that we're getting enough value for Swampbot for this list to be, you know, great. However, the rest of the blood core is super strong. Like the blood core that we have definitely works. I'm still not in love with the ritualists. They might just be too slow. I love Chupacabra. It does something nice for us. This one is going to be hard. Wait, this is going to get harder. Okay. Let's do Ghostblade and start doing some damage. Yeah, I don't think we're getting a lot of value out of Ruby right now. But the blood core is fantastic. I mean... So 1... Blade this. Ghostblade. 1 again. This is a nice sequence though. Like, starting with the duelist, now every time we play a Ruby card, we're going to do 2 damage a turn. That adds up very quickly. We got the minimum, but that's okay. We get some swamp gases. And now this and this. So maybe we run Mono Blood? I don't know. We got a bunch of lethal troops right now. Yeah, we're trading with that. Sure. Sure as hell trading with that. Oh, swamp gas. Okay, so 1, 2, and then we do 1. These exhaust. We'll do 2 more. Yeah, that feels like a decent amount of damage right there. That does feel like, and if we would have a Volt Wrench, we would just generate 3 swamp gas a turn. I can see that being a thing. I attack for 1, but the hard part is now. Now is going to be a problem. Oh, he did go for the Engorger. This scoundrel. Yeah, this was him turning the corner on us, so I think we do want to trade as much as we can. We got another swamp gas, so 1, 2, swamp gas to the face. That's a 5 damage turn right there. Doom swap, this guy, and then this, and attack with this. The ghost plates are doing some work. Like maybe the swamp gas thing is not that bad. This is still more damage. The lethal core really works for us. No, not the engorger. Chupacabra. Oh, we're going to die, aren't we? Because we didn't draw the last resource. That's what's happening right there. 14. Have to block. God, that's sad. We do have to block. Only 6. Come on. Come on. We cannot use casualty of war either, and that's way too late. Like we're dead. All right, we're dead. Elite wide root dancer. Okay. So yeah, the ruby engine is kind of neat, but I think it's less powerful than just using Papa Groot and just creating a million constants and using constant like the Eclipse as a finisher. We want more engorgers. Okay. Usually if we have an early engorger in this fight, we're good. So we're going to go with the earliest engorger we can. And we're going to be on our duelist plan for the most part. Okay. Getting another shard with this. That's what we want to be doing. Next turn we go Ruby, Vault Wrench, start accumulating swamp gases. I think this is the plan. Next turn we can set up something nice. I don't know what it is, but oh, that was stupid. That was really stupid. Oh well. Should have played a Vault Wrench and Champion Power would have a costed 1 and then we would have 2 more. Wait a minute. These are some insane hits. Really? 3 kill blades. Please. Yeah, not winning this. Elites are so punishing. I can't clear. I got one that can get to the end. Okay, so back to the drawing board. These didn't really seem great. I think the casualty of war needs to be part of the package. I think we need some kills. To just supplement that. Like maybe 3-2 kind of split. Got a million lethal troops. I think I'm going to go around full tomb swap. Because the engorgers are really where we want to go. No. Yeah, sometimes the plant makes good stuff, and that was a problem. But he activated his champion power, it just ran us over, though, so that just happens as well. So where do we go from there? Like, We got most of our equipment sorted out. The core works. We just need something more. Maybe we just go Papagoot again. But with this core instead of the Paladins. Maybe that's what we're doing. Because Papagoot with Volt Wrench sounds nice. We could go Sparrow to draw more cards every turn. Just get to our win conditions. And fill our crypt. Bertram. Sagebrush. Greer does gives Gladiator. I'm trying to do no rare and no legendary cards, exception for the Acorn, but no rare and no legendary equipment or cards. This is the challenge right now. You know what? I think we're going to Papagoot again, but with this configuration, we go with Eclipse as our kind of other finisher. We do have access to Decree now, so we're not going to run Kill. Just going to run a full set of Decree. That means Casualty of War. And then we need 2. I know it's cheap. The problem is that every time you come up with a cheap list, if it contains a rare and it becomes popular, it will skyrocket in price. At least with the uncommons and the commons, when they become popular, their highest price is like 5,000 gold or something, like 40 platinum at best. So it's way better if you come up with an uncommon list only for new players, because it's way easier for them to gather the cards and start using them, and you're less exposed to price people cornering the markets. It's a bit equipments will always be cornered by the market for the most part, but at the very least, if we stay in a common and uncommons card, that leaves us with a better chance. So this we'll move this for ice, this, and then we go with maybe we want a bit more itch, and then we've got 2 more cards. That's a lot of removal. With the Crim Banishing, I think we kind of want Casualty of War, but I would run a full set of Necropolis Paladin. Because if we stall the board, it will win the game. And it's a 3-drop, we don't have a... Really, we don't have 3-drops at all. So, yeah, maybe that's how we do it. Couple Casualty of War. Casualty of War. I think what I was missing was a Casualty of Wars. In a lot of encounters, this is just insanely good. So, and having Flight Lethal True makes a big difference. Tomb Swap. Do we want 4 Casualty of War or 3 Tomb Swap? I love my Tomb Swaps. We'll see. Let's try it like that, and let's just rename this deck real quick. So this would be First Ring Arena, Rock, Blood, Diamond, Papa, version 2. Okay. Okay. Sure. Maybe if we run our guard sleeve, we're not going to find a guard because we already beat him. That would be great. That would be so great. This one. Alright. Alright. Okay. Okay. Man, this challenge is super hard. There should be an achievement on this one. I'm so happy to find report bot early in this. It's not a great end, but yeah, we can make this work. Casualty of War is fantastic. It's this matchup, and we've got access to a diamond here, so we're good. I don't think we have a single double threshold card as well. Do we just want shards? Yeah. Next turn we play the mosquito. And we start picking. Yeah, because we don't have anything to play next turn at 3, so we're going to play the blood. Shard, the blood ice. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so this. Give me something else than a shard. We don't have any life gain strategies right now. I guess we're going to keep this for a Volt Wrench. If we get one there. Nope. Oh, Chupacabra is going to eat the robot here. That's super good. We've got some nice blockers. At 7 is going to destroy a target card, likely a Chupacabra. Oh, there it is. Nice. This is working great. Chupacabra being awesome, and now we gain 1 life per turn. Ooh, commander prompt. Yeah. You are out. Doom swap this one. Get another thing that gains health every turn. Attack with a bunch of lethal troops. Oh, this is something. This is bad news. Oh, this is great though. Here. No decree of banishing. Yeah, attack with everything. We're well in range of a kill. Oh, they do work with the Paladin of the Necropolis. And we get a win. Okay, so I love that. Went well. This went super well. So we didn't do anything really flashy, but that worked. Go first. Yeah, that works. It's not particularly aggressive, but turn 2 Volt Wrench into a Daybreak. Turn 3 Paladin of the Necropolis, another Daybreak. Turn 4 another Daybreak into a Twilight. This is going to be a decent amount of pressure there. This. Okay, so next turn Paladin of the Necropolis with 2 Daybreak, so it's going to do 2 damage next turn, and then we shift into a higher gear with the Twilight Eclipse. That's a nice, against the non-aggressive decks. This is a super nice curve. And Paladin does block a decent amount of things right there, so. And now we're already at like 3 and then 4, and we have 2 Decree of Vanishings. This is super nice. I should have attacked there. He would have blocked and we would have done 1 more damage. So here we're doing a ton, gaining a ton, and we could just put this. I think I love Chupacabra. It's more damage. So we're doing some powerful things here, not blocking. We have enough health and we're doing some very powerful stuff right now. And we've got to win, right? Chupacabra. Oh yeah, Lightning Sky Hunter. Well, I'm feeling a lot more enthusiastic about this version. We'll see if that has enough power to walk the line. Light lethal troops are going to be big. Growing flight troop is going to make a difference, and we can sit on this guy. So we're going to keep that. We're on the Dorado. I don't really like that, but casualty of war is not going to do a lot of work here. I'll take that for a shard. Oh, give me a second. My little boy just woke up, so I'll be back. And I'm back. Okay, so we go with this. And Mosquito. Next turn we Paladin, and then we Chupacabra. Oh, Chupacabra is going to be great against this guy. and he's not any do we hold on the activation? I think we go, since we have a paladin, we kind of want to go right now. Hopefully he doesn't play something with a high defense, and we can just take the hit here. Yeah, this guy is no great news. Oh, that was a very good thing for us right there. We're not going to Chupacabra this turn, but we're going to keep these like that. Gaining health and doing damage. Of course, we have to get a challenge. Well, I'd rather have a challenge on the on a non-elite. Hey Ace, how often do you pop acorns in FRA? I never do it. I never ever use them. The only situation where I would use them is if they are worth a lot. And the only way they are worth a lot is that if we're facing either Zakir or we're facing Urnaz. In these two situations, I use all acorns. Like every acorns that I get, I use. Outside of these two scenarios, I'm not using any acorns ever. It's just not worth the hassle of replacing them. They're not worth much, so you can just replace them as you want, but for the most part, we kind of will have to do something about the Thunderbird now. Oh god. Okay. Cannot play card this turn. That's a problem. I guess in this situation we do trade with the bird. And goodbye Chupacabra. Okay. This we insect. You Doom swap the mosquito. Not sure I'm doing the right thing right now, but we're going to take 3. We're getting to a turn. It's not a big deal. This is Coyotal Ranger. This is a Coyotal Ranger. Chill is a problem. We're going to get it for a decent amount there. Spirit. Play another one. So this is a gargoyle. Yeah. Maybe I am holding too much. So is there a way for us to do more than one? I guess Coyotal Ranger is the... Oh, we cannot do that. We just can't do that, can't we? Well, it's quick action, so let's wait. See what happens next turn. So you die, and I want to wait on Casualty of War. Yes, it's not. Oh, it's an avatar? Yeah, we've got 7 resources. We can wait a bit. Another pattern. I think we will get this back. Block the big one. Yes, we blocked the rage one. Oh, that was a nice pull. This is a close game. Man, this is a close game. Yeah, you get this. And then you get blocked and kill. We take 5. We need to survive 1 turn. And I believe we will. Let's just remove you. Oh, that game was close. But the mosquitoes, they really make a big difference. Okay. Yeah. That's nice. Oh man, this guy is so freaking annoying. Maybe he doesn't play Buccaneer and just bounce it a million times, like he does every single time he's elite. But we'll see. Go first. Yeah, we're not keeping that. Way better. We've got our nice little curve there. So turn 2 Volt Wrench into a Daybreak, turn 3 Paladin into another Daybreak, and then we'll see where we're at, but that does put us in a nice situation to start doing damage and gaining health. Like, turn 2 Daybreak is so much better than turn 3 Daybreak, and when you start stacking the Daybreaks, that's just so good. We do want this turn 3. Another Daybreak, and we've got at least like 3 Daybreaks lined up for the upcoming turns. So as long as this stays on the board, we're going to be in a decent spot. We want to draw a non-shard at this point. Play this guy, get another Daybreak. At this point, we're not attacking. I believe he plays repels as well. So it's going to be passive. I mean, we're doing 3 damage to him a turn right now. No problem. He's getting a decent amount of health. That's a problem. But we're getting some health too. And Volt Wrench. This guy. This. No, every turn we're doing 1 more damage per turn, so that's kinda neat. But man, 2 Scriveners. God, I hate this guy. Take 2. Did I say I hate this guy? Because I really hate this guy. I think this is the Encounter Elite that I dislike the most. He's extremely annoying. Extremely annoying. 34. How many do we do? We did 4. Oh, we got a Chupacabra. We don't have any removal though. As soon as we have a removal, the Chupacabra is going to be fantastic. However, we do have some ground protection. It's just gaining too much health though, that's the biggest problem. Yeah, we're trading that. Oh no, we're not trading this, is really Swiss Strike. Oh my god, we need a removal. This is not a removal. I repeat, this was not a removal. We're containing his health gain so far, but we're starting to be... Oh, did he just bounce this guy? Sure, I'll take that. No problemo. Can I not draw a shard now? I got 22 in my deck. Please. I mean, we're doing like... this is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're doing 7 damage and gaining 7 health a turn, so... But this is going to go... away. Did we start to just win this game somehow? With our 8 daybreaks. No, he's going to replay the... come on. No, not this one. Oh, he's attacking on the ground, but he's got Swift Strike. This I block. No, I'm not blocking. You know what? This is what I do. Oh, I got one back. The... Oh, wait a minute. That works for us though. We got a casualty of war. We got a casualty of war. Okay. What do we casualty of war? We cannot do the birdocrats. They're all ardent troops. The bastards. Alright, it's one of these guys, so... He didn't get another one. But we're kinda naked right now. We're going to do a ton of damage though. I don't like this. Buck 3 there. He often has combat tricks, that's the problem. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. If it wouldn't be for the Scriveners, we would be in a fantastic position right now. We would have won, actually, without the Scriveners. Did I forget to create a daybreak at some point? 30 down to 12. Wow. Are we going to win this? Are we going to win this? If he's not killing us this turn, we win. Well, unless he screws with our paladins. No, that's okay. He's not getting out. We need to block though. Yeah. We need both paladins alive. And then we hope we don't die. I don't think it's lethal. It wasn't. And... Did we just win this? Out of paladins and creating daybreaks? I guess we did. Wow. So, the engine works. That was so cool. That was so cool. I had absolutely no hope on winning this one. None whatsoever. It did work. It did work. So, yeah. Go first. Turn 1 Engorger is really hard to pass. So what's the... what's your guys' thought on decree of... not decree, but casualty of war? Because we've had some encounters where it wasn't super great, but it was still okay in a lot of places. We really needed a shard with this. And we start attacking with these two, because why not? Yeah, I'm loving this shell. I mean, we can do a lot of weird things. Not super great, but we've got a turn 4 Chupacabra, which is going to eat these guys. And it's going to eat the worker bots and everything, so that's good. And at some point, if we're... there's only one target for Chupacabra, and it's this guy, so I feel pretty safe attacking. Not going to attack with this guy though, because I know we're going to face some bigger flyers. Really want to make sure that we get this mosquito online. Acorn onto Twilight. Okay, so as soon as we get a diamond, we're going to be doing some great things again. Checking with these two. 13. We're doing some decent damage right now. Do we? No, it's not worth it. It's 1 damage. Really want a diamond. If we get a diamond, oh, no diamond, but we do get to replay an engorger, and that's 5 more sneak blades, and it is extremely good. And right now Chupacabra is just winning the game for us. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I'm dealing with you. You know what? We don't... oh, wait. We don't even need to waste. We can just keep one of them. Pick one. And... yeah, oh yeah, 5 sneak blades, another flight troop there. That's perfect. He's not killing us next turn. We're killing him next turn, so... here we go. B2 flight troop is not going to be enough to block this guy. Well, oh, look at that diamond. And we can just decree of vanishing and remove the flight troop. Attack with Chupacabra and both guys. Even kill a gearsmith in the process. No problem. No problem. We got a perfect tier. We've got a freaking perfect tier. The deck looks nice. I gotta say, it's doing a lot better than what I expected. It's super great. This is nice. Okay, so going first. Not good enough, not against him. We're on the play, should be okay. We want shards. We want a ton of shards. We've got a tomb swap though, and we got okay, so this and this one. Okay, so 2. We are playing this for sure. We now have all the cards that we need and all the resources that we need, so we're going to see adventure. Next turn we bolt wrench. He has some tricks in, yeah, that's just... okay, Chupacabra is great. Do we decree of banishing now? We're doing this. That's a given. Next turn we'd like to do Chupacabra, so I think we're just removing this guy, and we're holding on the power just because we want to play Volt Wrench in the future. This one we can block for days and he's screwed right now, so that's perfect. Okay. I'm still going Chupacabra. It's going to grow super fast, like 2 per turn. No, that's not going to work. It hasn't worked the first million time, and it's not going to work now. So this engorger doesn't want to sacrifice itself, like at all. Okay, we're doing great right now just because he's a short screw, but we'll take that. It does happen from time to time. Here we go. Here we go. This, and next turn we attack with a swarm of kill blades, and we're living the dream. Sure, getting that. Oh, just kill him this turn. I'll take that. Theorycrafting Elite. That's where we crashed and burned last time. Replace. Oh, that's great. That's really great. The engorger is not going to do much, but it's going to provide attackers with lethal, and that's still good. Oh man, I want casualty of war now. Lethal flyers are going to be key. And if we get a Twilight Eclipse running quickly in the game, that might just be stealing the game for us. Do I trade? Cannot be under too much pressure early in the game. That's a problem. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, and we got a Volt Wrench. How do we do this? We do need to Volt Wrench now to get the maximum number of daybreaks. We're going to get it for... Oh, he can attack. That's perfect. Okay, so early game we're okay. We're covered on the ground. Would like to draw another shard, but in the meantime we've got our setup going. I can venture Killblade, perfect. Yes, yes. Don't want this to be shift on a bigger troop. Yes, we've got our resource. This is lovely. Another daybreak. We've got an engorger. We've got a paladin on the board. We're holding out on the decree. It's not necessary right now. And now we got an eclipse. Got another one. We're doing 4, 5 plus 5. We're doing 10 damage a turn right now. So yeah, it's looking super nice. Not attacking. We're going to take 6 though. That's a big amount of damage. Wow. But we can deal with that. We can deal with that. Another of these. Going to decree banishing one of these guys. The other one won't be able to attack. We can play another engorger. Can attack with one here. And next turn we win. Oh man, that's a way different game than the last time. Yeah. We're cruising right now. We are cruising. Volt Wrench, 2 Casualty of Wars. Against this guy, Casualty of War or dead draws. I'm still not sold on Casualty of War. Hey, Remo. I guess that works. Really want an Engorger in this fight though. Really want one. Paladin is not going to do much. Chupacabra is great. And it's not an elite, so as long as we find an Engorger at some point in the future, we should be okay. With the Mosquito in play, there's a small synergy with Necro Paladin, so I think we're not going to hold to see if we can find a Volt Wrench. We're just going to play this. Play a Paladin, get 1 health every turn and do 1 damage. And this is 2 damage every turn because of the Paladin. It's going to be 3 damage every turn because of the Paladin. So not doing too bad right now, but once these start getting out, we're going to be in big trouble. I have to go with non-shard. Chupacabra would have been nice, but not holding on this guy. It's doing too much damage right now. Okay, I can live with this one. Next turn is going to be really troublesome. I could have blocked, but he does play some combat trick if I'm not mistaken. Volt Wrench. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so that's a lot of damage per turn. That is a very big amount of damage per turn right now. Because this is 4 damage a turn. Right there. Plus this one is 3. We're presented with a big diet. See what we draw first. Back to 11. Get another one. Next turn we do 6. And we attack with this Mosquito here and we win. We remove 2 of these and we should be able to survive. We also just... This is 6, it's not 8, so we kinda need to attack with this guy. Yeah. Yeah. You... Definitely you. No, that wasn't the right click. Alright, it's a blocker, I guess. Got 12. 8. 3. And we block 9. We're able to kill him with just 1 paladin. And the paladins will do damage right now, so... Should be okay. Okay, we're good. These are some very close games. This is why Engorger in this fight is really crucial, but right now we're winning, so... Mesa Caretaker Elite. I think it's the first time I fought this guy. I don't see him often. Hey, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Yo, Tolas. And thanks for the follow to last Xerox. The last Xerox. We've got our super duper curve here, so we're going to keep this. We're on the draw though, that's a concern. I think I go with a resource. I want to curve out. I really just want to curve right now. So turn 2 Volt Wrench, Daybreak. Turn 3 Paladin, Daybreak. Turn 4 Twilight, Daybreak. That's the curve we're looking at right now. We're going to be able to do it. Okay. I'm not sure it's going to be enough. We kind of need lethal troop at some point, but we're going to do an insane amount of damage very quickly. Okay, that's not good. So what do you... Grandfather totem, when you conscript, get +1/+1 in one of random. As long as he doesn't get life drain. Oh man, that's a problem. That's a freaking huge problem right now. Ho ho! Is that a bug? Can we target this? Oh yes. For some reason. It does pretty well. I think we've got a winner here. Yeah, we're going to have to hold on our curve right now, but I think it's for the best. I'm going to casualty of war right now. The reason is that we can't afford him to get the spell shield. So that's the biggest problem. And if he has a combat trick, he has a combat trick, but we just can't get that much damage going in right now. So... I need to draw. I mean, Twilight Eclipse, if we live through next turn, is going to do some work. Not drawing troop right there is a very big problem. We have to block the 5 and we survive with 1 HP, so it's not too great right now. We're gaining a decent amount of health, but that's not going to matter. It's too much. We're too far behind. There any combination of... If we had an Engorger earlier in this game, we would be winning so hard right now. But yeah, that's not going to be enough. We can get 2 blockers, but block 7 and 5, and there's still too many. So yeah, first loss of this run with this rock deck. On an elite, that's okay. We've got a perfect first here. So the list is doing great things. Go first. We've got a turn 1 Engorger and we got our... Wow, we got our curve art if we just... You know what? We've got a brawler here, so I want to try the curve art. We don't need the Engorger just yet. Four FRA drop rares. Yeah, that's super hard. Like, I cannot undersell this. Like, going full rock against the Frustrating Arena right now is a tall order, but I think we've got a good deck. I really think we've got a very, very strong deck for new players to just get in. And it's all uncommons and commons, and it can certainly do things. This, and since we're not under a ton of pressure, going to go with the Paladin. And depending on what we draw next turn, yeah, this is a bait. Not taking the bait. Not taking the bait. Alright. The auto rare legendary equipment? Nope. Nope. The only non-rare... the only rare... well, the only card that is outside of the rock scenario that is allowed is the... acorn, because it just adds consistency, and I like to have them around if I encounter something like Uranaz or Zakir. We're doing good right now. We're doing fairly good. We got plenty of health. We've got all the, like, we're doing like 5. We're doing 10 damage right now per turn, just with this setup. We're doing more than 10. We're doing 15 per turn. Like in 2 turns we're winning. So yeah, this is doing great. This is Volt Winch. Your charge power costs -2 because of the equipment, and that means that we're able to create a constant every single turn. That's why we have a bunch, and that is certainly what's going for us right now. If I have to remove one, I remove the health gain, and yeah, I'm not getting this back from the crypt. And Volt Wrench into a bunch of these, and sure, we're just winning on our upkeep anyway. Our start of the turn, and here we go. That was a million damage. Guys, we're doing great right now with this list. I gotta say, we're doing fairly great. Don't do Rock Challenge, you will ruin into Zakir and he will destroy you. That's the thing right now. I don't think Zakir would necessarily destroy me. It would be one hard fight, don't get me wrong, but I could have run against Zakir with any other list as well, so I'm not too paranoid about that. If I run into him, I run into him, and we're going to do the best we can. What does he do? 2 damage to random opposing troop, and non-combat damage dealt by your cards is increased by 1. I kind of like the Engorger here, and we've got an acorn to smooth out some draws. That's perfect. Okay. We've got some Volt Wrenches to create some daybreaks. We got a close coffin challenge. That's nasty. Okay. Don't think we're doing this. And this. Next turn we Volt Wrench. Daybreak. Oh, okay. Okay, I thought it died somehow. This... If there's a way we win is just by constants. Because it's going to interact with our troop a ton. And the close coffin is going to make things super awkward for us, so... Sure. Yeah. I mean, if he survives, it's 2 damage. We're gaining some health a turn. He can block. So he's going to deal no damage to us because of the life drain. And we're gaining health, so we're doing damage. So that's cool. I'll take that. At this point, I don't want shards anymore. Oh, we can target this one with Casualty of War. That's nice. I think this is what we're doing. Just chilling with the Paladin of the Necropolis. Oh, that's the nasty one. We have to get rid of this for sure. So another Volt Wrench. Now our champion power is 3. And yeah, we're doing super great right now. I think our best plan is Chupacabra is nice, but with this amount of we just could kill our opponent next turn, really. Take 4. Yeah, that's great. That is great. The way I'm doing it right now, yes, he is no legendary or rare equipment or cards allowed besides Acorn. I want something that if it becomes popular, the card price is not going to skyrocket. Like when you have key rares, they always skyrocket, and that's a pain. This guy is going to kill us. Target troop gets unblockable. Transform into troops, release, draw a card. So yeah. We got a Volt Wrench and a Twilight Eclipse, so I'm going to keep that. Anyway, we get an Engorger. First turn would be perfect. We did not, but we can get... well, that's going to be an interesting discussion now. Wrench and 57 Len. Where do we go? Yeah, by the way, I fully expect the ice shards to get restricted or banned from PvE. It's just too much. Hey, thanks Meatbound for the follow, appreciated. I think at this time we're going full Engorger. Next turn is Volt Wrench. Start pumping out the action. That might not be enough though. Did you try it? No. What we needed to do is this and this, and now we've got blockers, and we're in a good spot right there. We're okay right now. Gonna go Twilight Eclipse first. Really want to rack this damage up, and now we go with Paladin. And hey, wait, what? Where was this blocking phase? Come on, I hate when it does that. Alright, this. We're going to get a none. Yes, we can attack with one. We're in the territory where we're doing 8 damage a turn now. We're gaining a bunch. Can take one. No key is good. The Decree of Banishing is fantastic. Do we go with Chupacabra though? I think we're ramping up the offense here. Maybe one. We're close to getting kill next turn. You and you. One. That means if we attack with the Paladin of the Necropolis, we're good, or we just Decree of Banishing the only flight troop, and we're good. So yeah, getting the lethal early works wonders. We're doing like this is doing really great. I have not found Zakir yet, and I'm hoping I'm not going to find it now, but if I do, I'm just going to mulligan for a hand with acorns, and I'm going to pop every single one of them. Yeah, this doesn't work. I'm going to regret that hand, but we're curving Volt Wrench into Paladin, so... Oh wow, yeah, this became just insanely good. So Engorger into Volt Wrench into Necropolis, Paladin into Eclipse is likely our best start. Might be easier to find Jesus. Well, I would guess that Uranaz is still way harder to find than Zakir, so... I'm hoping that the new dragon is easier to find. I'm hoping. I'm not guessing, I'm hoping. That's a different emotion. Okay, so this. We're good right now. We're definitely good. We're going to get it at some point by a friggin' Crocosaur, but for the most part, in the meantime, we're going to do some damage and gaining some health. So... flooding a bit here, but we're going to create a daybreak a turn for a while now. You know what? I'm not attacking. It's not worth it. Doing 3 damage a turn, next turn 4, next turn 5, next turn 6, and he's eating our paladin. And that's not cool. Now we're doing no damage a turn, and we're getting a mosquito. I mean, we're at 4-day break now, so we're not in any dire spot, but we need something. We need either a paladin or an eclipse to start ramping up some damage. I wouldn't mind a chupacabra or a decree of banishing at this point. Destroy, it's not a void. I guess we block with a kill blade and then casualty of what remains on the ground. That's the plan. That Crocosaur was a bit of a problem, but oh, he doesn't want to trade. Oh, yeah, sure. I'm gaining 5 a turn, going to be gaining 6 a turn shortly. We want Twilight Eclipse. God damn it. I won against the Elite. I'm going to lose to Cheese Might like normal. Really? Is that what's happening right now? Oh, come on, the Crocosaur. Wait a minute. I can kill this guy. I can kill this guy in response. So... need to buy time. That's not how we win the game. By drawing the alpha of our 22 shards. That's clearly not how we would do it. This is still, you know, there's not a lot of encounters that are easy, but come on, drawing another shard, really? I get maybe one more turn to find an eclipse. And I'm dead. Next turn I'm super duper dead. Like, there's no way I'm coming back from that. A Volt Wrench. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Okay, I know. It happens. I mean, we're going to flood. We already flooded once. Oh my gosh. This is not going to be easy. But even if we die, we're going to reach the last fight and maybe we just win an arena run with a rock deck. Engorger. We're on the play with Engorger and 2 Twilight and a Volt Wrench and a Tomb Swap. If there's a world where we're doing something, okay, this should be this world. Like, we just need to draw shards now and we're good. Just need shards. Alright, with this. Next turn we Volt Wrench. Could even Tomb Swap, maybe. This is not good, but the Engorgers, yeah, these two are going. Wow, okay. This. Need diamond, and we need a shard. As long as the next shard doesn't come too late, we've got a good shot at this. Come on. Well, that last we got 5, 4, Twilight Eclipse. I want a shard. Yes. 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 Okay. We're in the realm of we can win this at some point. Oh, that's a nice amount of pressure. I don't think there's a world where we don't play eclipses at this point. Like this is 12 damage right there. So we win next turn. Okay, we went on turn 6. Yeah. Killing some elites. Holy schnitzel, Periwinkle Elite. Man, that's going to be hard. The friggin' Crocosaurs, man. Always a friggin' Crocosaurs. So we want Engorgers really early. And a couple Paladins is okay. Do we keep that? There's no Engorger. Paladins are going to die. This I don't. YOLO. Okay. Let's see. Get something nice. Oh, we're flooding already? Like, we haven't played even one damn card and we're flooding? Okay, I guess if we get a Volt Wrench, we're going to be in like, this is cheating. This is clearly cheating. It should not have speed. Like, there's nothing that gives speed to this besides an equipment. And he doesn't play the equipment. It doesn't have any equipment, so that's cheating. We're going to get our... Man, this is... Can we survive with just one guy here? Ah, Chumpasaurus, really? There's no way in the hell I'm winning this with... Ah, oh no. Oh no. What have I done? Yeah, okay. Like, Chumpasaurus. Man, this fight. We got one go at this, like, oh, that's sad. Can we do this tonight? Can we do this tonight? Can we do this tonight? Go first. Okay. Casualty of War will be very needed. And we got a Volt Wrench. But the Periwinkle running speed speed voices is a bug. It shouldn't be there. It shouldn't be like that. There's no way this is as intended. At the very least, this time around, we're not going to flood. Well, I mean, we're going to play cards. Really? This here. Decree on this guy. Next turn we play Volt Wrench if we keep up Casualty of War. Oh, fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you freaking I don't know. I shouldn't be swearing, but okay, I can't do this. how do you get your hopes crushed, your hopes and dream crushed? Yeah, this is how. This is clearly how you get your hopes and dreams crushed. Oh god, that hurts. That hurts. Like Chomposaurus. Like, oh man, that's so gross. That is so friggin' fucking gross. Sorry for the language, but god damn it. I'm just going to hit you in the face. Just going to hit you in the face at least once in these 2 games. Just to send you a message. I'll be back. Oh my goodness, that's so friggin' insane. We were not ready for this, but look at this. Look at this sheet though. We lost against, like, this is a flood. And if we wouldn't have flooded, likely would have won. Like, the list is doing fantastic right now. I think we could easily give that to any new player and they would be able to start farming some great cards in there. So let's say I'm a new player and I'm not getting Dungeon Crawler. I would have gotten a couple things. That's a hard way to end a run. Here's the list. Certainly we'll iterate on the list later. I don't think Casualty of War is putting its weight. So that leaves us with a couple slots open and a trinket slot open. So this is what we figure out. This last card here, I think that the Crew of Banishing, along with the lethal flight troops and the lethal ground troops, Chupacabra have been doing great. I love him. I think it's worth it. I think that this works. This works. Like, we just need to figure out this card. And maybe we want a bit more resources. Maybe we want less resources. Maybe we want more ice shards. Maybe we go up to 10 slow shards, but I really don't like that at all. Yeah, I'll leave it to you guys. Let's see if you can find some good cards for this one, and we may have a nice winner there. Yeah, there's all the cheesy, 25 ice shards deck, but for the most part, as a quote-unquote fair rock deck here, I think we got something very powerful. Like, it can clearly do. There's multiple ways to win the games, and yeah, I think it does well. Need something else from Casualty of War. I don't think it pulled its weight. It could just be kill, but like, this is underworld, this is underworld, this is nothing at all. Trinket equipment. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of power there. There has to be something nice. Let's just give it a last quick look. See if we have something else than Casualty of War we could run. 7 cost is too much, right? And we're not attacking that much, but would Ma be okay? Maybe Ma is okay. I mean, we're attacking some amount of the time. Not a lot of suck at the troops. What's this guy? Nope. Gain a random threshold. Ah, it's self-activating. That's something. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything I like often. Oh, this guy. This guy, yeah, how come I don't have this guy? This guy could certainly be there. I mean, you put him with the gem here, so when something goes into the crypt from your opponent, they all get +2 attack, and your 2 phantoms that it creates when it comes into play, they also get +2 attack, all at the same time. That's a fairly strong curve topper for such a deck. And it also provides a million blockers. So that's to consider for sure. Grim summons maybe. Like 3 or less. Besides the chupacabras, we've got like a million lethal troops and some paladins, so maybe there's a world where we want to do that. If only we could run this. Troops you control +1 attack. And there's even a better trinket. Well, trinket doesn't help us, but this is a +1 attack. This can be blocked by troop with less attack. Like on a bunch of low cost troop. That's a nice one. That's the I'm pretty sure that's the only one on that common that like buffs everything permanently, as long as it is in play. The illuminate. Is Ma an uncommon or a? Forecast is a decent amount to spend. Yeah, it's very high. Very high. I'm not quite sure where we're going with the... No. I mean, this is removal in the tunnels, and we've got some amount of chineers. Oh, what do you do? Right, when this deals damage to an opposing champion random through the champion controls gets defensive until this leaves play. Nah. Oh, this is what I wanted to look at. Yeah, we can't run equipment for it, but chosen champion sacrifices a troop, put this back into your end, guess cost +4, assault. And it's a quick action. I could see that. Maybe we try Ma. Vault Ranch equip is crazy expensive. They're just not a lot right now. Maybe we run Ma Storm. I'd be game to test that. We could change Chupacabras for the other one as well. That would be better with Ma Storm, so maybe... Yeah, I think the next iteration I run... Ah, look at this art. In the vast darkness of worlds unknown, even the wind hungers. And yeah, Vault Ranch equip is crazy expensive. Where does it come from? I think this is something you could aspire to farm though. But yeah, there's no way, like equipment in general, when they're so low of a supply that anything that becomes remotely popular, someone just corners the market. So there's no, I cannot help that there's no way we can go around that right now. There's not enough PvE going on, and most of the equipments are coming from PvP as well. So there's just no way that's sustainable right now. But what's the equipment on Vault Wrench? It's a Vault Dealer Dirk. It's a set 7 chest loot. Like you can expect to loot them from common and uncommon chest like easily. So it's going for like 400 platinum right now. Dirk. Yeah, it's at 300, like 70. Well, sorry, but I think Maw of the Storm with what's the Phantom? What's the name of this guy? Like the 5 cost guy. Yeah, this guy. But this. I think yeah, I want to try Maw Storm. Next iteration we're going to test Maw Storm with Collar, because this as an evasive attacker works well with Maw Storm. Bunch of 1/1s does do well with Maw Storm as well. This can attack early if there's not a lot of big blockers, and this provides 2 flight attackers. And once you get a hold on the game with Maw Storm, then you can just keep your stranglehold. There's a ton of very expensive uncommon equipment because there's not a lot of there's not a lot of supply to the auction house. So they're just like, if you want to make a buck, you just search the auction house for missing equipment and you post the equipments that you have extras for like 200 platinum, and you're going to sell some. That's just the way it is right now. There's just not a lot of supplies. People are sitting on the equipment, and there's not a lot, like, it's a hard thing to fix for X right now. I'm as long as the best equipment for cards are coming from chests, that's not working. What we need is a super big upgrade, where we either get a ton of equipment that are only that you can only procure from PvE, or we get a crafting system. And at that point, you can just farm the material in doing PvE and craft yourself the equipment, so that you don't have to spend 1 million platinum on common and uncommon equipments. There's that as well. Like maybe we get a buy ask list on next auction house upgrade. That could be very great as well. These kind of situation would just go away. Like you'd get a ton of people with ask, and you just roll out all your stuff. That would be super great. Like a buy ask model for the auction house would make such a big difference. Yeah, I think we're going to test this configuration next. Recurring sacrifice removal. That's kind of neat. Then X makes less money from selling plat. I'm not sure about that. If there's more movement on the auction house, they're taking a lot of gold and platinum out of the market. If we have a craft system, that means we're removing a ton of cards and ton of items from the game as well. So having a crafting system is usually a sink, a resource sink from your game. So you end up having more people spending in the game than you had before. A9 clouds. That's, well, it depends, right? If it's done poorly, that doesn't happen. Like you get into a weird situation. But let's just say that to craft a I don't know, a common equipment, you need to, we'll call it destroy. You need to destroy, I don't know, 50 commons. Like, that's not a small amount of commons. 50 commons. And then you can craft your common equipment, and maybe the uncommon equipment is 100 common and 100, I don't know, well, what let's call this, we already have shards, so let's call this, I don't know, not gems, maybe fragments. Yeah, let's call this fragment. Like, you destroy a common, you get 1, you destroy an uncommon, you get, I don't know, 2, you destroy a rare, you get 10, and you destroy a legendary, you get 20. Something like that. And you need 50 for a common, you need 100 for an uncommon, you need 200 for a rare, and you need 1000, I don't know, 500 for a legendary, right? I will use them for something else. Yeah, I mean, if we would have that in the game right now, I can assure you that my collection would be cut into a big portion. Like, initially, there's a lot of people with a lot of big collections right now, so they would be able to just get the cards that they want, and a crafting system would have a very nice impact on the auction house, because there would be less demand for the rarer items in the game. That means that the price would go down. So someone coming into the game without a lot of resources to craft would have access to, you know, cheaper cards from the auction house. So that could be a thing, a really good thing for the game. It really depends on how it's made, right? And that's up to X Entertainment to figure out the balance in what they will implement. But maybe we get something nice. I don't know. But there's a couple of ways to fix that right now. The prices of items. But it's mainly two things, right? To me, the two solutions that I can think about right now is having a ask buy option on the auction house, so that people could just, you know, sell their stuff at the price that they want, and drive the supply and demand that way. That would be a great way to average out the prices on a lot of things that right now doesn't have a lot of supply, but they could have a decent amount of demand, and people could just see that and bypass the you know, being in the auction house for XYZ amount of time. And that would make buy list and things like that super easy to do. Wouldn't be great, like, you have a buy sell option, and then you can just click on sell my extras, and it sells at the highest ask price right now, and you just sell the whole thing. That would be super cool. It gives you, like, if you sell everything right now at the highest ask for all items that you have in extra, you will gain XYZ amount of resources. That would be so great. Like, just turn my collection into platinum and gold. Go. That would be super cool. Super cool. Like, that would be so... Yeah, equips are hard. Like, there's no way I can around it. So I'm doing the rock challenge just to provide a very cheap list to work with. But any list, regardless of restrictions, using equipment that becomes popular are going to be like that. So there's no way around it right now. So I'm just doing my best to come up with a list that has no rare and legendary cards, and we're going to go with that, right? I just can't go around that. So version 3, save the deck. Because, you know, Vault Wrench, you're going to get, like, it's an uncommon. Like, if it starts selling, people will put it on the auction house, and hopefully it will lower in price. Like, this is a common equipment. The equipment for Engorger, or there's a lot of supply for them. Oh, wait, we were We had the chess piece wrong this whole run. Do we have a chess piece to run at all? I don't think we have a single chess piece in there. Yeah, we don't. Okay. And this is a common equipment. Engorger is farmed through ocean. It's really just a volt wrench equipment there that is a pain to get. The rest is fairly easy to get, so it's not that bad. No framework transfer on box and text. I think we had a... Yeah, there's a pattern there that doesn't fit with the rest. Going to fix that. Aha! Wait, what? That is weird. Okay. Well, that's fixed. But should like that. The shard. No, I like the border. They need to keep the border. It does changes the whole. Changing the border changed the whole art, like the way you perceive the art. When you have a card that changes border, it changes everything about the art on the card. So you really want to keep the border, because a blood card that was created, that there's a color theme, it fits with the border, and every time you have a card that loses a border or changes the border, like gets a gray one or gets a multicolor one or gets a red one, it changes the whole way you look at the art, and it really gives a different impression. So I wouldn't want the extended art to lose the border, but I would love to have extended art on the shards to remove like the bottom part. Just remove the bottom part, like hide everything on the bottom. Just get the name here at the top and remove the bottom part, just like that, and it would be like the extended art from the cards. You just have the name at the top and just art for the rest. Okay, so this is the next try. Thank you guys for joining. I'm going to upload this on YouTube as soon as I'm closing this. So yeah, it's going to be there on the YouTube channel, and wish you guys a great night and see you next time. Bye.